today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Teddy Bridgewater and the Atlanta Falcons.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Bridgewater going to throw right away. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 4 catches, 52 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On the return, here's Agnew. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Mixon last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total is scary. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On second down, a run with Etienne. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne. 27 yards. And the Jags get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Bridgewater. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On second, here's Algier. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now as the quarterback.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Joe Mixon, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Bridgewater. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joseph Osai racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Looking to throw. That's thrown underneath to Algier. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Michael Walker there to bring him down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Another tote for Etienne. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some... And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jaguars have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the 1st half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Play action now. Bridgewater. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. On the counter, here's Algier. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mixon will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
To return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Tyler Algier and the rest of this offense making their return to the field.
A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
144 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Mixon with a first down carry. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Bridgewater on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. This is complete to Hawkins. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. So, well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half from the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Back to Mixon on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush. A lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it is 42-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. A first down throw for Bridgewater.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Algier going straight ahead.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater now. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd down, Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Wow, and even 200 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
ETN once more.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, ETN. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Going for it, here's ETN.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Devon Hamilton able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On third down, Bridgewater. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Jaguars add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Falcons ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Chad Muma. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Patterson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And here now come the Falcons.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our short lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now left side on the swing pass. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Agnew now to return.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A give to Etienne running right.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing a holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Mixing up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Again, it's Mixon. And now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On play action, it's Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A give running right, Etienne.
And now he's stripped. He lost the football. A handoff to Mixon. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
On play action, Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone.
That high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Jaguars,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.